Hi guys, welcome to Black Panther and Princess. Spooky night, isn't it? Always scary in the dark. Good to see you. Welcome to my channel. Tonight, I'm going to talk a little bit about scary stories. Criminal, burglarize. As you guys see in there, I'm just acting up. This is not real, okay? I'm just acting out like a burglar. That's what happened when burglars are out in the neighborhood, okay? Weapon of choice. We have box cutter, box cutter. Slides in, you got the box cutter on there, razor blade. Pull these out. 3 pieces. There's your razor blade. There's your razor blade housing. Attachment. There's your razor blade housing. Box cutter. Second weapon of choice. Box cutter. Titanium box cutter. Kitchen knife. My favorite. Butcher knife. Super sharp. Stab, slash, slap, slash, slash, stab. It's got a ring here. This knife can spin around. Once you hold it in your hands, can't let it go. You either like this way or that way. Next, so you can, this pry bar, you can pry through the door. PS 365, 9mm. Available all the time. Burglarized choice. Okay, so a lot of people live in the outskirts. And if you live on the outskirts, you're expecting that they're always gonna be burglarized, home invasion. Scary thought, right? That is why I don't live in the suburb. I kind of live in urban cities, but still in urban cities, locations, there's still a lot of crime. But we are closer to the police. We're closer to safety. We're closer to help. If you live in a suburb, the timing for the police to get to your place is 30 minutes or an hour away, and you are alone in a single location way in the wood where nobody can help you. So you live in a suburb, make sure you have a lot of weapons in the bathroom, in the kitchen, by the door, under the couch, in the bedroom, in the garage, anywhere where you can have access to weapons. When I'm talking about weapons, knives, machetes, tools, and guns. Okay? So if you're going to live in the suburb, be prepared. Okay? Anyway, today I'm going to tell you a story. Where I live, there's a city called Saint Anthony. Okay, so Saint Anthony is located in northeast Minneapolis. Minneapolis and St. Paul is the twin cities in Minnesota. Okay, in the 60s and 70s, I was not even born yet. Okay, I was not even born. I guess back then there was a lot of crime around that Minneapolis neighborhood. There was a lot of serial killers and rapists in those days. I wasn't even born yet, okay? Remember, 70s. I was born around 73, 72. So at that time, I was still in the jungle of Laos, okay, as a baby. So I wasn't here. But in the 90s, I came here. I came to the U.S. in 1985. But then in the 90s, I moved to Minnesota. And I went to work in this company. I met an older guy. And he's telling me these stories. So now I'm gonna tell his stories. I'm gonna tell the story that he told me. Okay? He said, do you know it was a serial killer in Minneapolis in the 70s, in the early 70s. It was so scared, so mysterious, so scary. And during that time, I lived in St. Anthony. That's what he said. And women were afraid to go out at night. Why? Because there was a serial killer, rapist killer in the loose, in the city of St. Anthony. Why is the woman afraid to go out at night? As you guys know, in the 70s and 60s, the city was not, the roads, the streets were not as what you see today. Back then, it probably like one of those old movies, how they are, like in the movies, they're making movies. Like the street only had like a few, street lights. And maybe the road wasn't paved like today's, okay? Maybe the highway wasn't there yet. I don't know, because I do not live in the 70s here in Minneapolis, St. Anthony. But this guy, he's older, he lived through that. I think he said, when I met him, he was my co-worker. And the place that we worked, he was already in his 50s. Okay, so I was just like 20, 21. In around 93, 94, right? In that time. So I was like 21, and he's already in his 50s, and he lived in the area that he was telling me that during that time, women were so afraid to go out at night, even go eat in the restaurant and walk home. Some women were raped. Okay? So what happened was women go out, they had to put like boots on. Okay, so he said at one time in the 70s, most of the up to knees, those boots, those cowboy boots, those leather boots, were sold out every store. It's because there was a serial rapist on the loose during that time in the Minneapolis areas. So what this rapist did was he was hiding behind the street, sidewalk, bushes, and when the women go out at night walking alone, he'll use a razor blade. Maybe not the kind that I have, but the longer razor blade. And he'd be waiting, and the women would be on their high heel shoes. They're walking the street, or regular sandals. They're walking on the street, coming home from a restaurant, from walking to the store, to the grocery store, to the bar, whatever they're walking home. And these rapists will be waiting behind bushes. You know what? He'll jump out, or he'll lie down so low, and this his victim won't see them behind bushes. They're walking past the sidewalk. He'll stick his arms out and slash them in their calf, in their lower leg, behind it, and then it will start bleeding. The woman cannot walk. Okay. Cannot walk, cannot run, and then he'll drag them into the bush, and they cover their mouth, holding with their hand like this, cover their mouth with his hands, or he has something that tape. He had tapes ready to tape them in the mouth, and then he'll take the clothes off. He'll rape them behind bushes, and then nobody won't even notice until morning when people wake up. They're seeing like women, some of them killed, died, bleeding to death, or some of them were still alive, but taped all over their mouth behind somebody's yard on bushes. Yeah, scary. And he said a lot of women got very scared in those days, and all the high knee, all the high thigh boots, leather boots were sold out every store. I bet the boot maker or the boot stores, the boot store, like shoe store that sells boots, were so happy that they sold out their boots, and they have more money, they sell more. But then the women were scared, and then they probably think the rapist for doing that, the serial killer rapist. But anyway, he said that later on in the 70s, it was a big thing in St. Anthony, Minneapolis. They never caught the guy. He was doing all that crime thing, and then suddenly it got to the late 70s, and then that went away. So it was a time of afraidness, scary thinking, and a scary time, and then it went silence until today, until never again. And I believe, or he believes, the rapist probably went to a different location, probably moved on to another state, another city. That's why the police never ever solved the problem of that crime in the 70s in Minneapolis, St. Anthony. So I just thought I want to do this little short story, mysterious, scary, dark night, show it to you guys. Beware of the criminal, beware of burglar, rapists, killers, beware of burglarize. Always live your life, protect yourself. A man, you must protect your women, your daughter, your wife, your family. So live in your house with cautions, okay? Always live your life with cautions. Be prepared all the time. Don't wait till the moment and then you don't know what to do. Learn some martial arts. Ha ha ha! Yeah! Okay? Aikido, choking, wrestling, learn to grab weapons, okay? That's all. Always have one of this with you and get your carry permit. And then you see this knife, always carry one of this, okay? Just let you guys know, you can kick or punch somebody, grab somebody in the ball, in the groin, but you're not gonna hurt that person. They can still chase you. Two things you wanna do damage to the burglar is focus on the eyes. Focus on the eye. If you can blind them, you can pop their eyes open, you can explode their eye. That will save your life. And they can't see, they can't do anything to you. Second thing you want to do is focus on their legs, their legs, their knees, on their, what do you call their lower legs, the front of the leg, the bone. If you can fracture that, you can cause pain that, they cannot run, they cannot chase you. Okay? If you want to knock somebody out instantly, right here, on this throat. Pa! Okay? So these are the three things you might want to practice with your hands and accuracy. Even with a pencil, you can poke somebody right, stab them right in the throat here and they'll die. They'll windpipe. Pa! Okay, so always beware, be protected, be proactive, be cautious. Okay, guys? A life, especially if you're a woman and you look hot and beautiful, don't assume that you're saved. In that situation, your life is maybe 10 times more risky and dangerous than a regular, ugly, big, fat woman. You guys know that? I'm not talking about men. Men are not as dangerous. I mean, their life is not in danger. I'm talking about women. So the women are the most vulnerable, and the teenage girl always vulnerable. So I told you guys I'm gonna be telling short, scary stories on this channel. So this is my first scary crime story, okay? Scary stories. Thank you for joining me on this video. It's already 30 minutes, so after I'm editing this video, it might shorten to like 25 or 20 minutes. So I want to thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.